Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Wes, and we're about to get into the second installment of our C++ lesson thing that I'm doing, teaching, you know, how to get started in C++ for beginners. You've never done it before, you've never done programming, it's fun. Be able to jump right into it. So, the first thing I want to do is get in, just to do a little overview of what we're going to be talking about here. So, let's see, I kind of zoomed in. So, in programming, when I teach this, I'm not just going to be teaching like just strictly like how to do C++. I'm going to teach you like programming knowledge in general. So it'll be easy for you to switch over if you want to do a different language. You can go from C++ and learn Java. Or you can go from C++ and learn HTML, or you can go learn another language. It won't be that hard. Teach you general C programming thought processes and things, just based general things, not specific like totally towards C++. So let's go over some of the stuff we're going to talk about, just an overview. So I don't know if we're going to get to today, but today, so we have data types. Data types in programming, you have integers, characters, and a few more, a lot more, and we're going to get into that later, but mainly we're going to be using integers and chars. I don't know if we're going to, characters, this is the abbreviation for characters, but we're going to get into that later. So next thing we have is functions. Functions, you'll like get to love functions. Functions, usually, typically, I mean always, it starts out with a function name, and then you have an argument where I'll talk about that later, and you have an ending thing with uh, and a lot in programming, the semicolon in almost any language is a terminating character. That's what it's referred to as. So yeah, terminating character. Another thing we're going to learn, I didn't put in Boolean methods, and that kind of leads on to decision statements. So I'm going to go over that too. Boolean methods, true and false. So that mainly deals with decision statements. Decision statements we use in programming. So when you write programs, I mean, you write a program so it can run on its own. You code it, you give it all the knowledge it needs so it can run on its own. It can handle the game. Like no one, when a game's running, no one sits on the other side and controlling it. The game can, it can handle itself. Like it's already coded into it. The computer knows what to do to handle everything in the game. So a lot of that is decision statements. Decision statements is just helps the computer so decides what to do. If this happens, then do this. While this is happening, do this. Else if, but yeah, a bunch of stuff. We're gonna go over that later. Loops is really good for shortening code to if you want to short, make stuff shorter. Like maybe you'll have to like type something. It's hard to explain now since I haven't gone over anything. But maybe you'll have to type like some code for like 100 lines or 10 lines straight. But maybe you can do a loop, and the loop will just automatically do whatever you're trying to do for you 10 times in a row for a period of time, and you won't need to do it. A whole bunch of loops we're going to go to. And the last thing we're going to go through in C++ is classes, but really advanced concept, and I want you to stay tuned for that. But we will definitely get into that. And, this is all. You can go to any language. There's like, it's real more specific when I talk about what all these do in C++. They have different names for it in C++. But these are basic general terms. When you go to any language, any programming language, they're going to be talking about data types, functions, Boolean methods, decision statements, loops, and classes. These are always they don't change. These don't change. They're only used differently, but they don't change. Like I'll go over it. So let me see. So today we're going to start out with our first program, and typically in programming, people like to do these hello world programs, and I'll show you what that means. So we're going to start out. So I talked about functions here. Let me go back to it. So functions, they do different stuff, and we're going to have a little input-output function right here. So first of all, what we're going to do is there's what's called header files or include files. And include files have all the function definitions in it. you're going to get to a point where you write your own functions. But for now, you have functions that are already defined by the people who made C and C++ way back when. So we're gonna first thing we're gonna what's it called? First thing we're gonna include is IOStream. So this is IOStream is input output stream. That's what it's not like IOStream like iOS or something. It's input output stream, and that has all your input output functions listed in it. So we have that done, and let's just start out. So we're gonna make a main, and we're gonna make our first code block. So you start out with main. Main is all the compiler looks at. It's all the compiler is what like generates your code into a program and checks for errors and stuff. It only looks at whatever is called main. You can have as many functions as you want, and then you can call it well to your main. It's kind of you won't understand, but it only looks at main. So whatever you have main, that's what it's running. Anything inside the code blocks of main is what your program is going to run. So let's just create a little space for us, and we're gonna start main, and we're gonna use our first function, printf. Printf is used to print things to the screen. And oh wait, no, not printf. Printf. We're in C++. We're gonna be using cout. So cout in C++ is used to print stuff to the screen, and yeah. So let's do this. So let's say hello world, and you can type whatever you want. You can say hello world. I'll say my name is Wes. My name is Wes, and we're gonna end this with our terminating character, semicolon, always a terminating character. And let me just make sure. In programming, all the amount of open curly braces have to match your closing curly braces. It helps the compiler keep up with what your code is trying to do or what your code is doing. So it sees we have one code block, so I'm going to compile everything inside of this and run it. And let me see. I might have to put a little pause in here. I don't know if it might pause already. Let me check. But well, yeah, it'll be a good lesson. I'll show you. So what we're going to do is go up to here in, what's it called? We're going to go up to here in our IDE, the Bloodshed Dev IDE. And the main thing you want to do, you don't want to get stuck hitting like buttons and stuff. You want to learn the actual function. Like you want to learn the actual like F9, Control F10, like copy paste. Like you want to do everything with the keyboard. And when you show your programs, you do write software in front of people and like front of other software people. Like they like to see you using function. They like to see you using your keyboard and stuff. When you have to use your mouse and go up here and type, it just takes too long. It's easier and more efficient just to control paste or like control V, control C, F9. But yeah, F9 is compile and run. You're gonna be using that a lot. Compile and run. So let's do that. So we hit compile and run. It's gonna make us save our program. So I'm gonna name this Hello World. Oh damn, something's wrong. Hello World, and we're gonna place it where this episode 1 video will be. Make a new folder. No, it's episode 2. I'm tripping. Yeah. So. And let's run this. Actually, I need to zoom out so you can actually see it. Should be working. Let me see what I have a problem with it. Oh, let me see. It's one part I just forgot real quick. Alright. So I forgot to put this one thing in it. So if you want to use in the include IOStream, if you wanted to use like cout, you have to put like std and put like this and like all that, and it's like it's under classes. That's why you do it. It's because of classes and different stuff. But to make it easier, what you want to do in all your programs in C++, you're going to put using. Let me zoom in real quick so you can see. Using namespace std, and just it doesn't matter what that means right now. I'll tell it to you later. but you always have to put that in all your C++ programs. I just forgot I'm typically programming in C. So let me wrap this video, you know what I'm saying? So that needs to be in there. So I have a get character in there now, and as you can see, it compiles and it prints to the console, hello world, my name is Wes. So yeah, that's it for episode 2. We did printing to the screen, and next episode we're gonna do taking in characters, taking in input. Right now we're doing a lot of input output. That's how usually you start in whatever language you learn. You input output. So yeah, that's it for this video. And, thanks for watching.